here. I swear, we have the worst luck in the world.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yeah? And why is that?
Well, the sun is shining, and the birds are tweeting, and the sky is blue. What more could you ask for?
Something to do would be nice.
I just don't want you guys thinking you got it so bad.
Well, we do.
What would you say if I told you there's a lot of more people out there that not as lucky as you and me? People with a constant cloud over their head. Bad things keep happening to.
Bad things? Like what?
Sit down. I have a little story I want to tell you.
What kind of a story?
The story about a fella called Malcolm Gloom. You see, Malcolm Gloom was a very unlucky man. On the surface, he's no different than you and me. An everyday average person with everyday average routines. He'd freshen up his hair. He would dress himself. Eat breakfast. He would commute to work by bus. Not only because of the bus stop located right in front of his apartment, but because he is also a friend of the environment. You know, emissions and whatnot. Only problem is that sometimes the environment chooses not to reciprocate. Malcolm also loved to stop in for his morning coffee. Uh-oh. No money. So what would any other red-blooded American do at a time like this?
Steal it?
No. You'd charge it. Oh, it's probably not the best idea to use a card that's over its limit.
A $2 bill? Are those even real?
Sure, they just don't make them anymore. Most people carry them for good luck.
With his luck, I would have gotten rid of it a long time ago.
And just like us, at one time or another, he's late for work. Probably not the best day to be late. You see, Malcolm was scheduled to give a big presentation that day. He's been working on it tediously for months. And if all goes well, he'll be sure to get that big promotion he's been seeking. Now, if you've been paying any attention at all to my story, you should have a pretty good idea of what's about to happen. Yep, a computer virus. Months of work and his job down the drain.
Come on. You gotta be making all this up.
No, son, it's true. It's all true.
Then this guy's a dork. There's no way all this stuff could happen to somebody in one day.
One day? How about every day? Every day a string of bad things like this would happen.
If that were me, I wouldn't even leave the house.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. With no job, no prospects, and the worst run of bad luck this old man has ever seen, what's a guy to do? Well, I don't know what you would do. But old Malcolm decided he was going to end it all.
He's gonna kill himself?
Yep, and the only thing left to do was to figure out how. So we did a little bit of research and came to the conclusion that carbon monoxide poisoning would be a nice way to go. He'd start his car, leave his engine running, and eventually go to sleep, never to wake up. But it's usually a good idea to make sure your car has a functioning battery before it's emptied. So he tried hanging himself instead. But that didn't work out so well either. With his first two attempts miserable failures, he decided to try something a little more creative. But somebody beat him to it. As luck would have it, Mr. Gloom turned out to be a rather nice hostage for the bank robbers. Guess his luck isn't so bad after all. I mean, the robbers didn't let him go unharmed. Well, somewhat. But things couldn't possibly get any worse, right?
I knew something bad was gonna happen to him.
Oh, you did you? Well, what would you say if I told you you were wrong?
I'd say you're crazy.
Yeah, the woman ran into him and knocked him down.
The woman who ran into him, Jane, who knocked him down, turned out to be his soulmate. And that, young ones, is why you shouldn't be so upset on a day like today. Just remember, there's always somebody out there that's got it worse off than you do.
What a load of crap.
Let's go hang out at the construction site and maybe something bad will happen and we'll fall in love.
You were telling that story again, weren't you?
Yep, and just like every other time, it never sinks in.
Oh well, what can you do? Ready to go?
I'd say so. Well, some people just don't know how lucky they are.
If you ask me, Mr. Gloom, I'd say we're the lucky ones.
Oh, yes, indeed.